Okay. Good morning. MJ here. I think I don't kind of made my mind up. I'm going to do it on a daily thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do for today on the 26th. Go ahead and get that up. And then I'll go ahead and do the 27th for you guys and get that one up as well. So you'll have it for tomorrow. How about that? All right. So let's go ahead and jump over into the astrology. Alrighty. We're over here. All right. Uh, the day kind of started after midnight. Part of it was still on yesterday. Remember, the day goes from sunrise to the next day of sunrise. Um, and so during the overnight hours, uh, we had the moon, and that is in Taurus now, and it is in a quincunx with Venus. But the energy is combined with Uranus. Now, what is Uranus? Uranus can create sudden emotional changes. Um, and this is what I was talking about, the sleep pattern. This sometime after 2 o'clock in the morning is when I woke up. You could have woke up. There could be something here that changed overnight. Your feelings could have changed overnight. Maybe you're seeing something here more clearly. Or there's a disruption in your sleep pattern as well. Um, and so this could have caused some issues from yesterday. Maybe, during the day, something happened, created some issues, and now it just kind of went over into the night. Um, and it's with Venus. Venus is the moon. Oh, what is that doing up? The moon here. All right, there we go. You see right here, the moon conjoined with Uranus, and it's in a quincunx, if you'll follow the line there, over to Venus. The moon was at 20 degrees, as well as Venus was at 20 degrees, 7 minutes in, both of them. If you'll notice, when you're looking at the astrology, all my times are set at a correlation to what that aspect is. But it was emotionally being influenced by some kind of uh, sudden change over the night. Uh, Also, Venus is in conjunct, as you can see right here, meaning these two energies are uh, uh, showing things that are being set into motion with an intensity, a combining of these planets. Well, we know that the south nodes, the nodes, deal with the coordinates or the position of the moon. Uh, the moon being in Taurus is exalted, um, and Venus is ruling Libra. So there's something here with Venus being that planet of uh, your capacity to love, your values. And we know that with the moon being in Taurus is about our values, your values, Aries. Um, and also your attitude. So with the sign being Taurus, you're sort of fixed in your values. Uh, Kind of stubborn, maybe, as well, to sudden rash changes. Uh, Maybe something here, or maybe trying to express those things of, I need this, I need this. When we talk about a quincunx number one, quincunx is where, or an in conjunction, shows the decision and adjustments needed between these two energies of Venus and the moon. Some sort of adjustment that has to be made. And it involves the courage to make that decision as well. Something here about the past. Remember, it's letting something go, letting something that maybe you love go. Could be something that you hold valuable to you as well. And the house, as far as the house, it shows what you value, um, most, and that you're attracted to, that you bring into attracted, you want some sort of sudden change here, possibly in a partnership, in a relationship, in maybe a commitment with somebody that you wanting. There could have been sort of a sudden change, and you may not be sure if this is the person for you. Um, this can also be dealing with your finances. I will say that, because there could have been a sudden change in the finances. I'm not really sure if you're sharing finances with someone else, or this can be a gain or a loss in finances as well, where you've had to put something out, because it is, with the past, it's usually where we do something and we let something go. Maybe something of value you let go, that you've had to let go. Remember, Pluto is still squaring these nodes. It's not kind of it's not a T square, but it is squaring something of changing, a cycle ending of some sort. So I want to emphasize that, and it could be something that has to deal as well as with you know, your aspirations, your plans, your goals. Maybe something here is really radically changing in those plans, or what you had in goals. Are you still even inspired by something here anymore? And this could have been going on, started it overnight. Something's happened. We also have the moon also in conjunction with that Uranus. Like I said, that southern change that happened, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Something here could have just came out of nowhere, and you weren't expecting. Remember, Uranus is unexpected changes that happen. So at 8 this morning, 8:21 Eastern Standard Time. All my times are Eastern Standard Times. The moon then went into the conjunction. Kind of, the moon went on and it passed that Uranus, and now you're having to have the courage to make some sort of decision here. You with that in conjunct now, what's happened now? You're thinking something here with Venus. Or no, I'm sorry, not Venus. I'm looking at Mercury thinking Venus. But the moon has lined up with what you're seeing. Remember, Mercury's the mind, it's communication. It's all in the head. Something about the future as well. Because now your brain's activated. It's thinking. If something is coming illuminated to you. I know sometimes I have things in dreams. They come in dreams. And I don't really quite understand the dream and what it's trying to tell me. But you could always say, when you do have a dream, as soon as you wake up, start writing it down. And this is having a lot to do at this time, at that time at 8:21 this morning, Eastern Standard Time, had a lot to do with Venus. So whatever suddenly changed, or something unexpected happening, it's got you thinking. It's got you seeing, or something being illuminated to you to be able to see something in a relationship, a partnership, that is taking place. I also want to show what is happening here at 8:21. There's a yod taking place. Now, what is a yod? Yod's often known as the finger of God. So, with these energies, it's Mercury or the moon, because this is where everything is pushing toward. Is what you feel, and this energy's getting intense. and it's coming from Venus, and it's coming from that in conjunction with the South Node, and it has you thinking, trying to communicate something about the past. Maybe you're communicating about your values to somebody else's values. Do we match? I don't know. We have to talk about it. I don't, or is this going anywhere, or not? The next thing we have is we also have the yod also to from the moon over to Neptune, which has to do with your goals and your aspirations and your plans. Does whoever this is or whatever this is from the past, does it have the same values you have? Do you two kind of mesh together? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to grow? Is it going to? Do you still both feel the same way? Be cautious because these are retrogrades. And I'm only saying this because you may have met someone, all right, that when you met them, you already had aspirations. You already had goals. There was some cycle you were already probably ending or dealing with, that you've been going through these issues with something from the past to the future. Are you going to keep this relationship? Is it going to go? Is it going to work? All these things. And I feel like this is a lot to do with relationships right now, or partnerships in business. Because again, this has to deal with the moon here and what your aspirations and goals are. And remember, this is retrograde, and this is, Uranus is retrograde too. And it's all feeding right into something from the past here. Either a past business partnership, a past relationship, or even enemies. Or a marriage. Is there going to be a marriage? Is there not going to be a marriage? Is a marriage ending? Are you finishing up a cycle of some way? So it has a lot to do with what's going on. But believe you me, when I see yods, it's divinely driven. And so it's fated. Whatever it is, it's fated to happen. It's a purpose. It has a reason. And you've got to have the courage to make these decisions that are happening here. At 10:42, which in my time has already transpired and happened, we have the moon still there in Taurus. It's at 24 degrees 54, and it's in a sextile with Uranus, with Neptune. And it's still conjunct, the moon is still conjunct with this energy of Uranus that's retrograde. Remember, retrograde, you use them for your benefit, to reassess something here. Am I ready for a commitment? Am I ready for a marriage? Am I ready for a partnership or a business thing? Am I ready to go into this? And again, you've got to make that decision. And remember, the yods are still here. That moon feeding to the south node, and the south node, or Mercury to Mercury, and then Mercury over to the south node. Is this someone from the past that you maybe want to hook up with? Or have you have a history with them? Do they carry the same values? There's a sudden change here. And you got to decide what you're going to do here. Now, also, that yod's still staying there. And this is going to probably go on the rest of the day, where that south node is now focused with the past, these two energies feeding in to something here with the south node. Do I really want to go back to something in the past, or am I releasing this? Am I letting it go? Remember, sextiles are opportunities for productivity and success. But in order for there to be success and productivity, you got to activate the mind. And you've got to have the courage to activate it. Really start, thinking for yourself. Don't let others persuade you here. It's got to be your decision. The next thing we have here showing up, oops, at that time is what they call a trapezoid. And what it is just exactly what I look at that like is like, okay, the word trap. I don't want to get caught in a trap. I'm going through ending a cycle because of Pluto and what Pluto's been doing. There's a cycle ending here. All right? And you may be going through an end of a cycle. But you don't want to get caught up into something here. And it's like trapezoid or trap to void. You want to avoid something here of getting caught up into something. So be careful what actions you take. Again, Pluto is very much involved in this, all right? The moon is in an opposition to the actions of what maybe is coming to light or that is being illuminated to you. Now remember, Mars is in a detriment because Mars is opposite to the house that it rules, its rulership house. And you need to communicate. Don't hold back of what's being shown to you, what you see. You have to take possibly some action here to not get caught up into something here. And again, you got the sextile from the moon to Neptune, from Neptune to Pluto, from Pluto over to Mars. And then in the opposition to what you feel. So there's something here that you're trying to close out some kind of cycle here, but not get caught up into something else that you're not ready for. If you're not ready for it, you need to say, I'm not ready for this. 1049, Venus. Again, the Yod is still there, like I said. It's that Mercury. You got to activate your mind. Is this really what Mercury to the South Node? Is this really what I want? Or am I going to hold on to this? Or, there's something you're really thinking about here. And it's affecting the way you feel and your values. It's either something with money you're holding back, or it could be with finances. I'd say if you're a guy, maybe you're interested in somebody, but maybe don't have the finances to go out, and it affects you, your pride, your ego, or whatever here, but it affects you in some way. What can I do? In some way to really maybe get with this person. Maybe you aspire to be something here, aspire to do something. You got a plan. You got a goal you want to reach. Better rethink this, because Venus can get you caught up in something here that can cost you in the long run. So think about it before you jump or before you leap. Again, at the same time, we still got this showed and we still got the trapeze going on. So, trapezoid. So I would say proceed with caution. Now, by 4:51 Eastern Standard Time, that's 5 o'clock, okay, or 10 minutes till 5, you're still, we have a T-square now. And the T-square is Saturn being at 0 degrees, and it's squaring both the sun and the moon. And this energy is becoming real intense. Again, you need to focus on what you're feeling. Can you afford something here? Is what I'm wondering. I'm really wondering. And we have another T-square that's to Mars. Should I take this action? Should I do something here? Is it going to burn up money or burn up resources that I don't really have to spend? You better think about it. Because whatever you're really influenced by here, you better set limits. And that's what Saturn is about, limits that you're planning on doing here. The next thing, we still have a trapezoid. We went from the yods now to T-squares to the trapezoid. Not getting yourself caught in something here that you're not ready to do. Because here is that trying, here's that trying to, from the moon to Pluto, both of them at the same degrees, 28, 24. And it's warning you, do you have the money to do this? Because there's a cycle here that's ending. And we have earth, water, and fire. Maybe things are going good, but then all of a sudden something comes in and it's like, I better think about this. I better really think before I act on something here that I might do. Now, the next thing we have here is we have the moon ingresses into, and that's going to be at 7:40 this evening, and it will ingress into Gemini. So if you've, and I see the disassociation or the disconnection from the moon, where there was that sextile to Neptune. Don't feed into illusions here. Make sure you know that what you're getting involved in, because Neptune can produce some illusions here. But I see that disassociation now that the moon has moved into Gemini, and it's not sextiling Neptune anymore. But what is sextiling is Jupiter over to Vesta. And it's like, okay, don't watch your spontaneous activity. Okay, be real careful here what you do. Just don't do something that you really, you better reevaluate something here. And really assess what is going on here, because you still got this T-square. That Saturn is saying you better limit your activities and you better focus on what you're doing and how you feel and what you've got. And I think this is really the time that you really need to activate your actions. Reassess maybe those actions you were taking, because we got Saturn at 0 and we got the moon at 0. So you better really think about something here before you just jump on the bandwagon. Then we have the next thing we still have the T-squares going on here, as you can see, with the squares to the sun and to the moon, and sun opposition to the moon, and then also the square from Saturn to Mars, squaring Saturn to the moon, and the moon being in opposition to Mars. You may not feel like, I better think about this before I jump into something here and I lose money in some relationship or partnership. I feel like this is really the time that we all need to reassess our actions toward with our money, in relationship with our money, and in our relationship with our partners, whether it be business, whether it be intimate, whether it be in marriage, or whether it be in other people, because there could be enemies here that's saying, oh man, hey, I need this and I need that. And just don't let your heart just feed into a sad song and dance, because you may suffer for it later. Okay? The next thing we have is we have Mercury. Now Mercury's really jumping in here. And it is trying. It is trying the North Node. Right here. You can see it right here. Mercury trying that North Node. It's like, that's fire and fire. This could be some sort of aggression action, but it's like it's wanting you to see something here. You better stop and think before you act, because I'm telling you, when this gets over here, or the moon comes back around, because we still got these T-squares, and this moon comes back around, at that same time, you may regret what action you took here. Think about it. Be very wise to what you're doing here, because this is all the way into the evening, and then we got at 11 o'clock, or 10 minutes after 11, we have. It's really telling me you need to be real cautious here. You really need to focus on what your intuition is telling you, what your feelings are telling you. It's about what you better think before you act on something here. And really make sure, again, like I said, there's the T-squares. It's all day long. You start out with the yods. It's like the divine's trying to help you, but you've got free will. And you may have had a dream of the night before, or something here that happened all of a sudden that happened overnight. And you better just don't. If you've got any doubts about getting in a business partnership or a transaction or signing contracts with other people, or I would be very cautious, and I would say, let me think about it. Think before you jump. It's like, you get on the bridge, you're just going to jump off the bridge because somebody says so. I got a bridge to sell over here. You want to buy it? And, you just jump in and do it. No. Because with Mercury being over in Sagittarius, this may not be a good time, because, like I said, when a planet is in its detriment, it is opposite of its rulership. That means it's opposite here. And that could not go so well. Don't think with your heart. Think with your head. Think what you see. Because I feel like there's something here that's coming into an illumination, and somebody's working on your heart here, trying to inflame it, trying to get you to come on. It's like that quick car salesman, can with that you go jump and buy a car without looking at your finances. Can I really afford it? And I think that's kind of, even in relationships, we shouldn't leap into relationships just because some guy or some gal says we're hot, or, I think you're so attractive. Oh, you got beautiful eyes, and oh, you this and that and the other. So many men get so tricked because women play on their egos. You better know who you're getting involved with. You better know who you plan on sleeping with. You may regret it later. You could be getting involved with a checkbook hunter or a gold digger. Either way, male or female, either way, there are people out there playing other people. Be cautious, because you don't want to suffer those long, hard consequences. And what I said, the trapezoid is you better avoid all traps. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do your cards, and then we'll see what's showing up in that. Okay? All right, let's see. Aries. What do we have for Aries? And this is for Aries Sun and Aries Rising. Aries Sun and Aries Rising. Uh-oh. All right. Let's see. Oh, okay. There we go. Give me, give me one second here. Okay, sorry about that. I think I got it now. I forgot to turn my lights on. Um, we have what we have here is the Death card. Okay, a lot going on in this image. Something is when we look at the Death card, that's Scorpio energy. Okay, and what we have going on here is that something is going through a transformation. Pluto, remember that I said with the Pluto energy of feeding something in, that there was this transformation taking place. Oh, excuse me. That I said earlier, something here has changed. Somebody could even be kind of pleading, with you. Oh, don't end it, don't end it, don't end it. We can work this out, Um, and it's a challenge. Don't let yourself get talked into something here that you just feel is not good for you. Bring that back up. Okay. All right. Because remember, we had the squares from Pluto over to the north and the south node. And there's something here that was that sudden change. Remember, I said a transition, uh, a, just something that came out of the blue, and you're uncertain about it. So let's see what this sudden transformation is all about. We see the Hierophant standing there. We see somebody who is somewhat doesn't want to face something here. Um, Kind of looks like somebody's got to have some strength here as well. Um, there may be a child involved here or children. I would think a child or children. Uh, there may be something here of pleading not to end something. But something is coming up. It's on the horizon. I'm going to tell you that right now. And there could be some fear, of what what path is going on here. Oh. Okay. All right, I got my cards upside down because I know I usually don't do no reversals. All right, we got the Earth or the world again. Definitely Pluto in Capricorn. Uh, some kind of cycle is ending here, and Saturn is direct now. There's a limit to something here. And we see the King of Cups. I always look at that like the King of Cups that's laying there on the ground. Somebody's done. Somebody's through with something here, Aries. There's your card. Are you not giving somebody a chance here? Oh, Sagittarius. Something's come to light. You're seeing something here. Looks like Saturn. Yep, strong Saturn there. And we're talking about fire and air. Something's got you flamed up. Maybe somebody's put responsibility on you, or you see somebody here struggling. Let's see. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords. So what I'm kind of feeling here, something with law. We're talking about air and we're talking about fire. Here, we're talking about water and fire. Something got you all emotional. Oh, shoot. Something's got you all up in your emotions here. Strong Saturn energy here. Also, with that Pluto being at 28 degrees, that's a number for woman. A woman's cycle. You may be done with the cycle. I'm gonna pull the Lenormand on this and see. We're going to start with this. Somebody's got, this is, I feel like you got to have the courage here on something. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. King of Wands. There's a storm. But I tell you what, you see that sun in the background right there? Something here is coming. Like I said, it's like something is changing, transforming. There's possibly an end coming to something here. Let's see, bring these down some more. I don't want to go too far. But I do want to put that underneath there, and you can see. It's usually a representation of a storm, maybe clearing. A plan. Somebody's got a plan here. This is that Sagittarius energy, which is exactly where Mercury is, says you need to think. What is this with the with World card? What is this cycle that's coming to an end? Yep. You got the compass here. So it's, this is like the south and the north. Know which direction do I take? Something from the past um, that could affect the future. All right. Maybe this is a lucky thing. there could be some sort of shelter here, or it's lucky that this is coming up now. And that you know it. I mean, when we get to the tens, that's kind of like an end of something here. And this, you know, this is definitely Sagittarius, but it's also Saturn. We got Saturn here. And Pluto is sitting in the house that Saturn rules. And the midheaven is there. So you're going through something here. What is this storm? That reminds me of Uranus as well. Something that just suddenly happened that came out of the blue. Did somebody walk out and just said, I'm done and I'm through with something here? Somebody's possibly broke a commitment. Oh, we got a wealthy man who's hiring a lawyer or something in finances, investment. Somebody could be refusing to pay for something here, holding back, not giving in. All right, what is this with the compass? Still feeling with that, always, with the King of Cups, and it's like something with a commitment here. Somebody, a change in the commitment. And all of a sudden, I just get the feeling somebody just broke something off. Or you did. You broke it off with them. Maybe you're dealing with somebody here who's stingy. Or boring. Ooh. We got concern. Was somebody playing somebody for money here? Because this is somebody going all depressed and concerned, and they're worried. Was somebody giving somebody a song and dance about maybe I have to do this or that, or I just feel like somebody was hitting somebody up for money. With this Queen of Wands, that is your card. I remember it reminds me of years ago. There was this person I knew or had met. Oh, he was giving me this song and dance about, having to pay his child support and all this kind of stuff. And it all came down to is he overheard a conversation. See, there's something with occupation here. Somebody's work. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. What is this? It's, it's like it's like this man is something worried. I don't know if it could be a father worried about the daughter and who she's getting involved with. Uh, Kind of looks like a shyster. But then again, it looks like somebody whose occupation could be is a model, as a artist. Uh, Somebody's thinking here, but I'm just concerned. They're thinking about work. Well, most artists are not wealthy. I mean, until you know later on they might be, or depending on what kind of artistic person they are. Come on, what is this person thinking about? Why are they thinking about Aries like this and their work? You know, I've heard so many con stories that it's just unreal. I mean, women getting conned by men, men getting conned by women. I mean, it's like rampant bad. Um, Men are rethinking about commitments due to women's attitude in some ways. Um, Not wanting to get involved, not wanting to get married. Um, See, somebody feels like there's an expectation here. Like you're expecting something from this person. Hmm. In the future. But it's like, whatever this is, it's like, I feel like if you thought that you were going to get married to somebody that was going to help you in some way, or they wanted to get married to you, roles can be reversed here. You might have thought you hit the a lucky thing right here, and you met this person or something else, and come to find out, no, they not giving up on nothing. This person may do manual labor, and that's could be something with bad health on this person as well. This person's got health issues. They're not a very healthy person, or they're taking care of an elderly parent. Um, I, I'm sorry, but I feel like there's a shyster here. I don't know who it is or which one it is, feminine or masculine, but I certainly do feel that one thing is there could be somebody thinking that a father's going to pass away and the daughter inherits stuff. Oh, I'm going to hit the lottery on this. I'll be a wealthy man. Be cautious, Aries. You could be getting involved with somebody here that's all out for profit and gain. Or they could be somebody that claims to be wealthy but not. Uh, and they just need a nursemaid. Um, what is it that's got bad health here? Is it the employment? What is it that's bad? Is the health, is it the work that's unhealthy that somebody is doing? Or is it it's an unhealthy relationship? Somebody think they're going to inherit something here? But there's limits here to what someone's going to do. Or capable of doing. Let's put it that way. I still feel like you got a gold digger here coming in. Yep. You may have met them through maybe your job, or look at there. See that? You see the wealthy given to the needy, or given something here. Like I said, I would be very cautious of this, uh, because I'm especially if you've got a good job and this person has a seasonal job, and so they think, oh, I can move in with this person, and and they can, I can sweet talk them and all this kind of stuff, and you know, I would just be real cautious, Aries. Really, really, really cautious with somebody here. You better think about this before you jump into it. You better find out what their real, true intentions are here. Take time to get to know them. I mean, I said that to one of my children before they jumped into something. Take time to know them. Make sure what you know them well enough. Well, didn't, and it turned out into a disaster. And they're still dealing with legalities and things now. Um, I don't have no Aries around me. So, like I said, I would be very, very cautious. Okay? So, anyway, y'all take care, and I will see y'all later. Bye.